it was really exciting to be at the property and see the homestead and start doing clearing. I remember an old Poland chainsaw that my father had, and back then they were pretty good saws. But I remember we had a small travel trailer, and we would, stay at my grandmother's and then come and work at the homestead and the property and upgrade, and started building a house out of rough sawn lumber, a barn-style cabin. And then we would keep the little small camper here, and then we moved into the small camper, and we outgrew that very fast. I have two siblings, a brother and a sister, and so I remember we were going down the road one day, and we seen a guy hauling a camper down the road, and we flagged him down, and long story short, he was fixing to go take it to the dump, and it was actually in really nice shape, and I think we made a deal with him right there on the road, and he come over and set it up at the property. And so that was the children's homestead, and my parents had their little camper. And it took 5 years for us to build a house, which has been paid for since then. We built from scrap lumber and furnished it with whatever we could get our hands on at the time. It's really, really unique. There's pieces that are from all over the United States and up in Canada. It was really awesome. So there's a lot of character in this homestead of my parents. So I was raised homesteading. I was raised the farm life. I don't never remember a time where we wasn't raising and harvesting chickens and raising goat milk, and just living the farm life, growing a garden. And I'm only 30 years old, which is another thing that very rarely you'll see a 30-year-old in today's society. I've never lived in a home with central heating and air in my life. My body has completely acclimated to where if I'm in a hotel or if I go to someone's house, it's an imbalance. I don't know how to act. So I was raised with the ideology of the American tradition, a way that you work hard and you build a homestead yourself with your two hands that God's given us, and with hard work and with time, you produce something that is paid for, that you can live in. And that was us. So being raised the way we were, we thought way outside of the box. So we were able to be, or I was able to be around growing up. Got a chance to meet some really, really cool individuals. One of the greatest patriots I think that I've ever met and spent a little time with and talked was Randy Weaver. And he was a really nice guy. Not really sure what has become of him since then, but that would give you an idea of kind of who I was around. So we were, so to speak, we were pretty much preppers when prepping wasn't cool. I don't never remember a time that we wasn't prepping, that we wasn't homesteading, that there wasn't some sort of a progress in struggling, and also a progress in happiness. Sitting around the wood burning stove, waking up and at 3:30 and 4:30 in the morning and having breakfast spread out across the table, and knowing where the eggs came from, knowing where the milk came from. So it was a sense of sustainability from a child, not being in school, being raised in homeschool. I had a lot of extra time to spend. So when I was old enough to pack a gun on my hip and carry it, and I was carrying snake shot, running around shooting deer and skinning beavers and just anything I could get my hands on. I was tanning hides. So that's me growing up as a child.